Blaster and the product developer of the OxyGreen Bedbug Blaster Destruct System. And I'm here with Mark Belzano with Lance West Pest Control. And Mark is a pest control operator here in the northeastern Ohio area. And he purchased our bedbug system a little over a year ago. And he came in today to upgrade his warranty. We're one of the few companies that make ozone equipment in the world. You can extend the warranty on the equipment and keep the equipment functioning. And our warranty is a real warranty. Push, pull, drag it in, drop it in battery acid. You get it back to us, we'll either get you a new machine or get it fixed and working like brand new. And it's just $100 a year to keep each machine in service. And for a person who relies on his equipment, that's a big deal.
Oh yeah, it's very convenient.
And ozone is a very aggressive molecule, and so it really plays havoc on things. And ozone generators have been really notorious for needing routine service, and this makes it a really useful item for you as a pest control operator.
Yeah, very much so. You need to keep your equipment operating.
Yeah, and now, Mark, you've been using the system for a year, roughly?
Yeah, a little over a year.
And you do bedbug treatments.
Yes.
And what I thought was interesting talking to you is you mentioned that you've developed a protocol and you've turned my system into a two-step solution as opposed to one. And you do that basically because you want to make sure that you get the bugs.
Right.
And you develop this two-part solution so that your labor is down to a minimum and your results are at an optimum.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yeah, we're very satisfied with the results.
And have you told me you hadn't branched out into any of the other opportunities. You're not doing odor removal.
No, it hasn't come up yet. Not that we're opposed to it, it just hasn't presented itself yet.
Not doing sanitizing,
No.
or you're just strictly a pest control guy killing bugs.
Right, pretty much that's it.
And you focus on low-income housing, pretty much?
Yeah, well, we cover everything actually, from the higher-end homes, like people from here to Shaker Heights, where these are in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I think we just did one, not too long ago, where the son came home from college, and he brought the bedbugs home with him. And we did another one in Shaker Heights, where the husband is an attorney, works down at the Justice Center, and we think that's where he picked them up.
From low clients.
Clients and people there, so
Now, you'd say that the majority of the bedbug treatments are poor or low
the
income.
majority of them are, lower income people.
Do you have contracts with apartment buildings?
No, not with apartment buildings and such. We do a couple of hotels.
Okay, so where do you get the majority of your bedbug calls?
Through advertising. Some now we're getting the referrals from other people who were satisfied with it, and then they recommend us to their friends who had a problem with it.
And now, when I met you, you were skeptical.
Right. You're always a little skeptical about how things work. Everybody says this is the system, and this is the product, use this and it will take care of it. And quite often it doesn't.
And did you ever use heat? Or
No.
you were just chemicals when I met you?
We were just chemicals, and we didn't even do a lot of that, because we had started using the chemicals, and then we had one particular customer where he really had a problem with it, and I was going, well, this wasn't even that bad a case, and I had to go back several times and say, what if we get something that's really bad? How much time we're going to have to spend on this job?
Yeah.
So I wasn't totally satisfied with the chemical approach just by itself. I was a little bit leery about taking on anything of any size with just the chemicals.
Now, I know you checked out heat systems before you met me in terms of cost, right?
Right.
And is that the biggest prohibiting factor that led you to look at our alternative?
That was one of them. I looked at the cost of the heating system, but then it's intensive, whereas you have to spend a lot of time with it, and then you have to be concerned about possible damage, and you have to stake with it. So I was just a little bit leery about committing to that system.
Okay, so you were aware that you got to have somebody watching the equipment all the time. And so if you're doing a 12-hour heat treatment, you got 12 man-hours involved, or 2 people depending on your crews. So one of the things that attracted you was a lower man-hour intensive approach.
Also, they would say, well, you get these generators and that's good for like 1 or 2 rooms, and then if you want to expand, then it's gonna be another, like some more generators, that's gonna be another fairly sizable.
Yeah, some of the heat systems are $50,000 to $100,000.
Right, I know, and then we think of your generators and so forth, so I was just hesitant about spending that kind of money and getting into it.
Now, were you interested in the non-toxic approach? Was that anything that interested you, or is it just labor?
Just labor and cost, time involved.
Now, what you shared with me is even though you schedule 2 treatments, or you plan on 2 treatments when you do a bed bug job with our system, correct?
Right.
You still are saving lots of time.
Oh, yes. I mean,
could you describe what kind of man hours you have and how an average setup will work for you?
oh, it usually takes us about an hour in the morning to go through the initial process, and then the machines run, and then we'll come back in the afternoon. Takes about another hour to finish up, wrap up, and so forth, and then usually I'll make a second trip out there, but only with the diatomaceous earth, not with the machines.
So your follow-up treatment is just a spot treatment?
Right,
You're
just spot treatment. So if they say, oh, you know what, I'm still seeing someone in this couch or in this bed or whatever, then we come back and I just specifically treat that with the dust, and that normally takes care of the problem.
I see. So overall, you're getting efficacious knockdown.
Mm-hmm.
The system is working.
Right?
You plan on a second follow-up treatment, more for your guaranteed benefit
Right.
than anything else, and to hold hands and whatnot.
Sure.
And one of our other system operators has told me he does that whether they see bugs or not because of the psychology. Would you say that that's a part of why you plan it that way too?
No, I mean, if we can get it in one application and they don't have any problems with it, then that's fine. I'll just leave it that way. But if they call back, say, a week or two, and say, well, I'm still seeing a few here or there, then fine, we'll come back and.
And these are, you described to me, these are really cluttered.
Oh yeah, these are
low income.
Oh yeah, some of these, I mean, you're in there and you're trying to, I mean, I'm surprised actually we've gotten control on some of them, because you go in there and you've got barely room in a bedroom to get the mattress up and around, you're trying to move things around, you've got furniture and bags of clothing, and like, I don't know about this, and but.
And yet you're still able to get the system to be effective.
Yes.
So would you say that you're happy with your investment in the equipment?
Oh yeah, that's why I'm back here renewing the warranty on it.
Awesome. Well, I don't know if you have any other tips or tricks you'd like to share with anyone, or if you'd like to say something to anybody that's out there in internet land that's watching this video that's considering investing in the equipment. For me, I think there's a huge untapped opportunity for you to still pursue, which is the odor removal aspect. I just talked to a gentleman yesterday who got a 3-pack of our regular ozone generators, not for bed bugs, and he has already lined up 20-some realtors, and he's got his equipment booked 2 weeks in arrears. He hasn't even just done his first treatment yesterday.
No, that's something we're interested in. We just haven't got around to it.
Well, and you're like the majority of our pest control operators. I'm just throwing that out there because there is, this is the cool thing about the system is you can actually use the equipment in a multi-purpose application for an additional revenue stream.
Well, actually, one of the things we've run into is with the hotel, they sometimes say, well, we need you to come back and get rid of the smell. I said, well, there is no smell, it's just the ozone. I think what we've come to the conclusion is that it eliminates so many of the odors that when they go in there, they think there's something wrong there. And so we don't actually, I mean, we go back and we'll open the window and, we'll let it air out for a little longer the next day, and then everything's fine. We don't actually do anything, but it seems like, I think we've said that we think we eliminate so many of the odors that they just come in there and they go, oh, it doesn't smell right.
Is this a low-income hotel chain you're dealing with?
Yeah, it's
So they're not used to odor-free.
Right. I mean, get rid of the smoke and all the other odors, and they're like, this isn't.
Oh,
We
great.
got an odor. I said, there's no odor in there. We didn't do anything. There's nothing. There can't be an odor. Just the ozone.
Lack of odor.
I think that's what we've come to the conclusion. It's a lack of odor.
That's great. Well, so awesome. So if you are, waffling, if you're on the fence, Mark was just like you a little over a year ago. And I ended up doing a demonstration for Mark and his son to
Right.
sort of show him that the system can work and how it does work. But if you're out there and you're considering investing, don't take it from me. Take it from a successful pest control operator who's using the system to kill bugs. You'd recommend they invest in it.
Yes, yes, and the thing is, you don't need a lot of people. I mean, we have a crew. I mean, I have my son and daughter who will work with me, and we'll go in together. But I mean, you could do it one man or two men. Could do it by themselves. You don't need a lot of people to handle it, which is something else I was looking at. Something where you don't need a lot of.
And you don't babysit the equipment.
No, and that's the other nice thing. Once you go in there, you set it up, it runs, and that's it.
So
it's doing the work while you're out doing something else. And
So
then
you're out doing your other treatments
Right.
while the bedbug system's running, and
Right.
you come back and break it down.
Yes.
Well, I think that in and of itself is enough of a reason with the cost savings over heat to give it a try. You agree?
Oh yeah, I'm very satisfied with it.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for your time. I really
You're quite
appreciate
welcome.
it.